get so strong enough.
Good morning, everyone. Today is just going to be a short and sweet video. I got some stuff I have to do. I got to run some errands and I got to get some housework done because housework is very patient. It will wait forever for you. Literally, it will wait forever. So I'm just going to do something quickly here because I don't garden just a couple months out of the year, not just like in the spring and summer. I garden all year long. And if I'm not gardening outside with harvesting or weeding or, just tending to my flowers, I am harvesting, seeds or, the produce itself. And then I've got to can it. And then, it's a process. It's a process. And part of that process is during the wintertime, I save my kitchen scraps. And of course I turn those into, soup stock, and then there's stuff left over, which I'll do a video on that when the time comes. Unfortunately, I already did that and we're getting into winter time now. But during the winter time, I do save eggshells because they are really good source of calcium. And this year I plan on planting quite a few tomatoes because I'm getting low downstairs downstairs in my pantry on tomatoes. And what eggshells do is that they help stop root rot from happening to tomatoes. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to dry them in my pan here. And I'm only going to put them in there at 200 degrees. And I'm going to check them every 10 minutes to make sure that they're not getting burned. I just want them to where, the skin here and that's not sticky or anything anymore. I just keep mine in an old ice cream bucket. And they don't smell, they don't get like rotten or anything like that. And then what I'm going to go ahead, there's my oven telling me it's up to temp. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just chop them up in my food processor. And some of you, if you had seen my earlier video, I was kind of whining that I did not have a food processor. So a friend of mine contacted me. She heard my cry for a food processor, and we traded a sun catcher for a food processor. So I was like, yeah, game on. Yes, I'll do this. So there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pour these in here and then pop them in the oven. And then I'll be right back to show you what I would like them to look like before I put them in the food processor. Now, some people, I have heard that if you don't pulverize them like into a powder, they'll just crunch them up and put them around their plants, and it'll keep slugs and snails away from their plants. So you can, that's also a tip. I've never done that before, so I can't attest to that. But a lot of people say it works, so give it a try. Okay, I'm back with my eggshells. They're definitely dry. They're quite brittle, which is what I'm looking for. There's no sticky stuff left inside of them from the yolk. See, look at that. They're falling apart, which is good. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to throw them in here. I'm not going to pulverize them. I just want to chop them up. I don't want to pulverize them because what I'm worried about is that if I make it into a powder, then it may biodegrade faster than what I want it to once I plant it with my tomato plant. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw these in here. I'm going to pulse it. Okay, I'm going to call that full. Safety first. In my case, it came second. All right, that looks like the consistency that I'm looking for. Let's see if I can pull this out. Come on. There we go. See, they're not pulverized. They're not a powder. They're more like of a, like just chopped up shells. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. I haven't decided how much I'm going to put in each hole when I plant my tomatoes, but that might take some research. I don't know. Maybe I'll just fill it up to where I think it was going to, where I think it's good. And I'm sure I'll have a lot more eggshells by the time that comes. So I should have plenty for all of my tomatoes. And then after I get all this done and chopped up, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to keep them in a regular Rubbermaid container. And then I'll put that downstairs with the rest of my gardening stuff. Have a good day, guys. I'm off to do laundry and dishes and all that fun stuff that everybody just loves to do we not? Oh. I have to do laundry, though, because if I don't do laundry, I'm going to end up in a loincloth or a fig leaf, and nobody needs that. Nobody needs that.
It's so strong.